Hi everyone, it's Tash and welcome to another Wednesday recipe video. And today we're going to be recreating Marks & Spencer's overnight Banoffee Weetabix. Timestamps are down below and in the description if you want to skip the initial blah blah, but stick around if you want to hear a little bit about what we're making first. Overnight Weetabix, I'm saying Weetabix because I don't actually buy the Kellogg's brand, I buy the supermarket own brand, Sainsbury's to be exact. I just find the Sainsbury's version particularly malty and delicious, but most importantly, cheaper. And overnight Weetabix, it's such a good idea, it's been around for a few years now. So I was super excited to see Marks & Spencer starting to sell them later last year in little convenient to-go pots, and they had a Banoffee version. However, the pot was about that small, it looked like he got half a Weetabix in the bottom, and they're £2.90. There's no way I'm paying nearly £3 for half a Weetabix, a little bit of yogurt, well technically from my tray, a little bit of date paste, and maybe 2 slices of banana. I love Marks & Spencer's food, but I just can't justify that. So I'm going to make it at home. As the name suggests, we're going to be making this the night before, and it's going to be really super quick and easy to whip up. Aside from upping the quantities a little bit to be more substantial, I'm also going to add a little twist. I'm going to make a chocolate top. Now you can just go ahead and melt a little dark chocolate and spread it on top. I like to make a little cocoa powder mixture. I mix cocoa powder, maple syrup, and I used to use coconut oil, but I will explain why in the video I don't use that anymore, and actually I use ghee. So with all that said, let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. First, let's make the caramel. Here I have 5 medjool dates, which I have de-stoned. Sticky stuff. I'm going to drop in 50 millilitres of milk. And a little pinch of salt. And now I'm just going to blend this up with a stick blender. That was actually harder to do because my stick blender is taller than my tripod, so I couldn't actually fit it under it, so I had to do it at a weird angle, which is why I made a bit of a mess earlier on. Anyway, that's the caramel done. And now we just have to slice up a banana. Now this next part's totally optional. I'm going to make a cracking chocolate top with a teaspoonful of cocoa powder. Oh, that's quite lumpy, I'm actually going to sift it. It's okay if it's a little bit lumpy, but this one is quite lumpy, so I'm just going to, for insurance, pass it through a small sieve. This is a tea strainer actually. I'm going to stir in 2 teaspoonfuls of maple syrup. Now that's not going to solidify by itself. We need to add a fat that solidifies when it's cold. So in actual chocolate, that would be cocoa butter. Kind of expensive to buy by itself. And also melted chocolate by itself is a bit too thick for this kind of breakfast. So what we're going to do is use ghee. Yes, coconut oil is usually used for this sort of raw chocolate recipe. I actually cannot stand the flavour that it gives chocolate. It's funny because I love coconut things. I love coconut milk, love my Malaysian desserts. They all use coconut milk, rich coconut milk. I hate coconut flavoured things, and coconut oil, even the extra virgin stuff, gives it a really strong flavour, which I notice every time. So instead, melted butter, or even better, ghee, because it has very little water in it because it's been clarified. So this is a tablespoonful. If it starts to solidify, I've got some boiled water here. I'm just going to give it a little warm bath. Keep it warm, otherwise it will start to go solid. Now all we have to do is assemble them. I'm going to pop a Weetabix, well this is Sainsbury's version, wheat bisks, I'm not quite sure. 1 each. One thing about these is they are very delicate and brittle. 1 each. I've got some Weetabix shrapnel, let me just divide it. And using clean hands, I'm just going to break it down. Good way to relieve stress. Now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoonfuls of milk to each. Future Tash here, I actually meant 4 tablespoonfuls of milk per glass. On my little cheat sheet, I usually write down my recipes on a sheet of paper so I can follow them while I'm cooking. I wrote down 4 tablespoonfuls per glass, but for some reason I read it and my brain did maths when no maths was needed, and then I halved that. So yeah, that's why I ended up saying 2 per glass. Nope, you need 4 per glass, a total of 8 tablespoonfuls. And we're going to smush them down. It might seem a bit dry, but they're going to slowly absorb overnight. We don't want them too soggy. Now I'm going to add a big spoonful of caramel to each. You're probably not going to use all of it, but it's really difficult to blend a small number of dates, you will see. So just a spoonful to each and spread it out. And now we're going to divide half the bananas in each. And we're not actually going to use the rest of this date caramel. We're going to cover it and put it in the fridge and use it for another time, because it's really difficult to blend a tiny amount of dates, a tiny number of dates. It was hard enough blending just 5. So yeah, we blended more than we needed, which is fine. We'll just eat this another time. Now what I like to do is just top them up with some natural yogurt. Actually, the original recipe is from Ashray, but I couldn't actually find any this time. I usually do buy it, but it was all out of stock. And I couldn't hang around, so natural yogurt will do fine. And usually I just eyeball it, but for your sakes I'm actually going to measure how much I've put in it this time. Let's say about 50-ish grams. And now we just have to pour our glossy chocolate on, slightly spread it, give it a little stir, spoonful each. And now I'm just going to cover these with a little bit of cling film and pop them in the fridge overnight, so good night, see you tomorrow morning. Looking good. These were actually surprisingly difficult to photo because they're chilled. The glasses kept fogging up, so I had to keep wiping them and then snapping them and wiping them and snapping them, otherwise they appear blurry. Anyway, before they fog up again, let's dig into one of them. Of course, the only problem with making a good amount is you have to have a good dig to get to the bottom. Let's get a good layer of everything on our spoon. Cheers! I love it. The Weetabix has taken on almost like a cake-like texture at the bottom. The date caramel is so rich. You'd be surprised how rich just dates can be. Good amount of banana, creamy yogurt, and lovely naughty chocolate top. So there you go, overnight Banoffee Weetabix. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com, follow me on Instagram, I'm tashcakes.tastes, and find me on TikTok too, I'm tashcakes there too, but my handle is food in slow motion. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more, give this video a like if you'd like to help other people find it, comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you all next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week. And the great thing is I have more date paste left over to make another 2 for tomorrow.